The Picnic of Shadows, welcome to another tale of terror, where the familiar turns sinister, and the shadows hold secrets best left undiscovered. Today, I'm taking you deep into Black Hollow Woods, where a group of friends learn too late that some places should remain untouched. The story begins on a lazy summer afternoon. A group of 5 friends, Emma, Jake, Sophie, Ben, and Clara, decided to have a picnic in Black Hollow Woods. The woods were thick and ancient, with towering trees that seemed to whisper secrets to one another. Local folklore told of strange happenings there, but the group shrugged it off as mere superstition. After all, it was just a picnic. They packed a basket full of food, drinks, and a cozy blanket, and by the time they reached the heart of the woods, the sun was high above, bathing everything in golden light. They found a clearing surrounded by ancient oaks and laid out their picnic. Laughter echoed as they joked, ate, and played music. Then the shadows came. It started subtly. Sophie noticed her phone's clock skipping minutes. "Must be a glitch," she muttered. Moments later, Ben remarked how odd it was that the sun seemed to dim, even though no clouds were in sight. They dismissed it as nothing and continued. But the woods grew quieter. Birds stopped chirping, and the breeze died down, leaving an oppressive stillness. Then came the smell, something metallic and sour, like blood mixed with damp earth. Clara wrinkled her nose. "What is that?" A deep, guttural laugh echoed through the clearing. The group froze. Jake, trying to mask his fear, laughed nervously. "All right, who brought the sound effects?" No one answered. The laugh came again, louder this time, and the shadows at the edge of the clearing began to writhe as if alive. Emma grabbed Sophie's arm. "We need to go," she whispered, her voice trembling. As they gathered their things, the laughter morphed into a cacophony of whispers, each voice indistinct yet chillingly close. The shadows grew taller, stretching toward the group like ink spilling across the ground. Jake, the bravest of them, took a step forward. "Who's there?" he shouted. The reply came not in words but in movement. From the shadows emerged figures, humanoid but wrong. Their limbs were too long, their heads tilted unnaturally, and their eyes glowed like dying embers. The figures stood silently, their presence oppressive. Panic set in. The group ran, leaving behind their picnic and the blanket. But the woods had changed. The path they had taken was gone, replaced by endless rows of trees that seemed to shift and block their escape. The whispers followed them, growing louder with each step. Clara tripped, screaming as one of the figures loomed over her, its hand reaching out with fingers like talons. Jake and Ben pulled her up, but she was pale and trembling, mumbling incoherently about eyes and fire. Hours, or what felt like hours, passed as they stumbled through the endless woods. Exhausted, they collapsed in another clearing, only to find themselves back at their picnic spot. The blanket and food were untouched, but the basket was filled with something else now, a pile of withered flowers and old bones. Emma's scream pierced the silence, but it was cut short as the shadows descended, enveloping them one by one. Their cries echoed briefly before fading into the stillness of the woods. By morning, Black Hollow Woods was quiet again, the clearing pristine as though nothing had ever happened. The only sign of the group was the picnic basket, now empty, sitting in the center of the clearing, waiting for its next visitors. And so, dear listeners, the woods remain. A warning to those who dare venture too far. A reminder that some places are meant to stay in the dark. If you're planning a picnic, maybe pick somewhere else. You never know what's waiting in the shadows. Until next time, stay safe and stay out of the dark.